I got up a little bit later than I wanted. It's 9:43 a.m. So I got the motion controller, I got the goggles, and I got the DJI drone, and we're about to go out and do a little experiment. All right, so ran into a little bit of a snag. Haven't been here for a while. It's been wintertime, but this is the pond or lake that I normally fish at, which gives me a nice little clear runway that I can kind of experiment with. So the snag that I ran into is that I normally would take off from the spillway, which you can probably see behind me, which gives me a clear line of view to the back of the lake there. But they're doing some construction over here on the bridge, and I just don't really want to get in their way. So what we're doing now is I'm setting up on this little false beach area, a little bit to the left of where I would normally stand, and also a little bit kind of off from where I would normally want to be to kind of get the most direct line of sight. But today what I wanted to do was I wanted to come out and test out the motion controller. I absolutely love this thing. I know there are some people who just aren't sold on it yet, some disbelievers out there, and there's some people who just don't, I don't know, I want to say they just don't have an open mind to what this actually is. And without getting into too much of a long story, I'll just say that this is probably the most innovative thing, no, not the most, maybe the second most innovative thing that I've seen in the drone community since I've been flying camera drones. The first being the Skydio R1 and then the Skydio R2. Amazing, amazing technology. The autonomy of it just blew my mind. And then there was this. So if you're not a believer yet in this, you have to think about the window that this opens up for people who may have disabilities. I know people with disabilities manage to overcome a lot. In fact, I saw a gentleman, I wish I had his name if I can find his videos again. There's a gentleman who flies with one hand. He has his controller strapped to his chest, and he's flying literally with his pinky and his index finger, and he's doing some amazing, amazing bashing of a freestyle style quad. But if you don't have that ability, or maybe you just don't have the motor skills, this device right here just allowed you to get into the hobby and gives you the ability to go up and pilot without the learning curve of doing the two thumb, two stick thing that we normally got to do to learn how to fly one of these things. So with that said, I'm going to power this thing up. I'm in the air in this fake beach with all of the goose shit and, you know, kind of the moisture. So not my most ideal takeoff spot. I'm also going to power up. Oh, let's see. It might have worked if I, let's power that down. Sorry for the technical problems here. I powered up the battery without the battery plugged in, powering the battery down, plugging battery in, removing gimbal guard. Man, newbie mistakes, and powering back up drone.
Eventually.
And sure enough, I put it down on some scraggle, something that was probably going to cause a little bit of a, when I started it up. Power up controller, press 2 times like you would do the controller for the even for the drone. Press 2 times or press once and hold. Give it a second. Look at my goggles, they're already powered up. I just heard the beep, so I know I am good to go. And everything is golden. So what I was saying was, yeah, this opens up the window for people to get into the hobby that probably normally wouldn't be able to. It's a very, very relaxing way to fly. I mean, I am still shaking in my boots when I fly this thing because it just doesn't fly like anything I've ever flown before. And maybe it's just mine. For some reason, it feels like it pulls to the left. When I go to do rolls, it doesn't in steps like it doesn't do them smoothly. Maybe it's just mine, but I'm just saying I'll get back to that later. I don't want to do a full review because I know that there's probably a lot of updating that needs to be done via firmware for this, so I don't want to be too critical of it right now. But yes, this is probably one of the best devices that I've ever bought when it comes to, you know, technology, tech, and drones. So with that said, let's get this thing up in the air and let's do that little test that I was talking about. What I am actually curious of is how much control this thing has. I'll say it that way. I took it out in my first video about this, and I kind of was playing with it. I'm like, wow, I mean, this thing is, you know, decent distance away at the end of the golf course there, and I had full RC. So how far can you actually get this? Can you take this up into the mountains probably and do some mountain surfing with it? Can you take it to, you know, out into the desert and just blast through the desert and figure out, you know, and get some amazing shots? Probably, like I said, not the most ideal test because I am still in an urban environment. I got radio antennas, I'm sure, around here, cell phone antennas. I've got houses around the lake which probably have Wi-Fi. But this system is, you know, 2.4, 5.8 is supposed to jump back and forth. So we're just going to do a little bit of a test. I want to see what it's going to give me. I'm going to let it hit the return to home by itself and then bring itself back to me. So let's get it fired up. You got to double tap it to fire it up. Hold it. It is up in the air. And I'll just hand over real quick. Now, real quick, in fact, what I want to do is man, that thing is touchy. I want to get away from it a little bit because there was another post that someone said, there was another comment that someone mentioned when I posted this, and they were like, latency, because when I did this, the drone didn't move automatically with my hand. Yes, that is a built-in, it's not latency, it's a built-in delay almost. Latency is more when your radio signal is delayed so that it causes the drone to delay. There is a little box in these goggles, and there's a center point in that box, and there's a little, you know, marker in the middle of that. And the drone won't move until that marker that little bullseye is outside of that marker. The reason that's built in is because this is handheld, and all of this stuff that I'm doing right now would have that drone banging around like crazy. And oh yeah, I got to do a sync up to get this gun going, but it would have that drone moving like crazy. Me talking, doing all this, it would be doing all this in the sky. So it has a built-in buffer so that it does not act wild unless you give it an exaggerated control. That's not latency. So with that said, let me get this down real quick. Is it recording? It is recording. I've already been a minute in. I'm going to turn it around, and I am going to sync. Okay, we're going to turn it back around. I'm going to take it up. Whew. I'm going to get it up there, and then I'm going to point down so I can see where I'm at. Okay, so right now I got it set to an altitude limit, so I'm not going to violate any of the FAA's regulations with altitude. We're going to take it up a little bit higher. Okay, so it's over top of me right now. Okay, now I'm going to point it straight forward, and I'm also, before I take off, I want to check to see if the actual gimbal control works because it didn't work before, and I've done the firmware update. It does not work. It says interference with motion controller. What's going on there? I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, probably because it's right above me and not in front of me. Cool thing about DJI drones, if anything goes wrong, interference, MC location, motion control location, still showing a little bit of an error here. So I'm going to push it out just a little bit and see what happens here. And what I also want to do is I want to flip this into sport mode. So I'm going to go into the mode, and I do have sport mode control right now. And this thing is moving. So without all talk, let's see what this thing can do. It does have a decent sensitivity with the gimbal, though. You have to be very, like, keep your hands still, because the more I pitch up and pitch down, the gimbal actually responds to that. So it's not the smoothest right now, and I can tell because the gimbal is bouncing all around. All right, so 3,000 full RC. 4,000 full RC. 5,000 full RC and full HD. 6,000 full RC, full HD dropped 2. Get my head up a little bit. HD dropped again. Down 2 bars, 6,000. Down to 2 bars on HD and RC. We just lost it at 7,777. Let's see. We didn't lose it. It is stuttering though. 7,7. Lost transmission. Aircraft should be returning. Okay, so 7754. I'm gonna hit the brake button to cancel. It actually didn't actually come home, it just stopped. So I'm gonna hit the brake button to cancel. For some reason it just locked into braking mode. I am trying to turn my head to see if I can get a better signal. Like I said, not the most ideal, but 776 is where it just stops, and then it goes into braking mode. It doesn't return to home though. That's just pretty interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this around. Cool thing about this is I do get my home point. Tells me where my home point is. I'm gonna aim for that home point, and I'm gonna hit go. Now I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Sorry for the quietness, this awkward quietness. I just talking and flying at the same time. This is just a little bit distracting. So we're about to be back over top of our heads. I'm going to stop it right there, and I want to try the return to home. So you got to hit the I forget. I think you got to hit and hold the stop button to get it to return to home. Yep. So hitting the brake button puts it into return to home mode. For some reason I keep getting this RC interference, return to home in progress. I do not have any control over it while it's in return to home, so I can't pitch yaw or bank. And it's coming in. I can't even kind of tip the gimbal down, and it seems like I get this interference when it is like if I'm kind of moving that gimbal outside the box for some reason. So I'm not sure what that is. All right, so let's see. It is over top of my head right now. I'm gonna let it do its thing. It took off from right in front of me. Let's see how it does on the landing. Auto landing in progress. This does have precision landing, so it is going to try to find the same spot that it took off from. And literally, it took off with. I still see the little stick that was on the ground when I took it off. It looks like it's behind me though. So yeah, it's not precision. I'm going to end it. Nah, I'm not going to end it. I'm going to let it just come in. Let's see where it is. Okay, so sun's in my face now. I'll take it. Actually, we're gonna turn it around and I'm gonna fly it out because it was just about to land in a little bit of high grass. All right, and then I'm going to put it down. Well, actually, I don't want to put it down yet. I want to try one more thing, and then I'll kind of give you my impressions on this. So one thing that people were saying was that they can't do orbits with this because it doesn't give you the ability to control the yaw. It kind of does give you the ability to control the yaw. This in flight gets you to bank turn. This gets the yaw to turn back and forth. And I don't know if you can actually see that, so I'll try to get that in frame. So this gets you to bank turn, and which will rotate the drone all the way around. And this gets the yaw to turn. So what I want to try to do is I want to try to do an orbit with this and see if I can do it using some throttle and some wrist turn to kind of control that yaw. So let's see what it does. It does not do it. Well, actually, it kind of does do it. It's just very difficult to do. So I'm going to turn around and try it again. We're going to... I can't do it. It's difficult, but it started to yaw. It started to turn, but it also takes off like a bat out of hell because probably it's in sport mode. So let's put it in normal mode and see if that works. All right, so normal mode now. We'll take it out in front of me. And nah, you can't, it won't do orbit. It's just kind of doing a very light bank turn, just another experiment. So, I mean, that was my experiment. I wanted to see what the actual, abilities were of the motion controller, and I think that was a pretty decent demo. That thing is up there acting crazy. Let's bring it in real quick. Point it down. Only thing about this is you can't really, like landing it is not as easy as it would be with 2 sticks. So you kind of gotta finesse it a little bit, pointing it down, and then you can point down and it will land like you would be pulling down both sticks, or you could also hit the hold button here and it will auto land it for you. So experiment done. Hopefully that gives you enough information to understand what the capabilities of this, and I will get back to you soon with more videos about this. Like I said, I'm still paranoid to crashing this thing. It just doesn't fly like anything that, let me get that sun out of my face. It just doesn't fly like anything that I've flown before. So I'm super cautious. Like, I am literally I'm trying to stay above every tree. I'm not even attempting to shoot any gaps, just until I understand it and can feel it out, because I know while some guys are throwing this thing around like, like a regular 3D quad, I ain't ready for that yet. So thanks for supporting the channel. I'll talk to you later.